Amara, I have noticed that your work has been sleeping lately, Mr. Namdi began, his voice cold and distant. Amara's eyes widened in surprise. But Mr. Namdi, I've been doing my best. I always try to help the customers and keep the station clean. Mr. Namdi shook his head. That's not enough. This is a business and we need to be efficient. Helping people like that old man is not part of your job description. I'm afraid I have to let you go. In a small village nestled between rolling hills and vast savannas, there was a humble gas station where everyone in the village would stop by for fuel, supplies, and a friendly chat. The gas station was owned by a kind old man named Mr. Namdi, who had run the place for as long as anyone could remember. Working for him was a young girl named Amara, known throughout the village for her warm smile and helpful nature. Amara was a bright and cheerful girl, always willing to lend a hand to anyone in need. She lived with her mother and younger brother in a modest house not far from the gas station. Her father had passed away when she was just a child, and since then, Amara had taken on many responsibilities to support her family. Her job at the gas station was one she cherished, not only because it helped her family, but also because she loved meeting new people and hearing their stories. One sunny afternoon, as Amara was cleaning the windows of the gas station, she noticed an old man struggling to push his broken-down car towards the station. He was dressed in tattered clothes and looked exhausted. Without a second thought, Amara rushed over to help him. "Good afternoon, sir. Do you need some help?" Amara asked, her voice filled with concern. The old man looked up, his eyes weary but grateful. "Yes, please. My car broke down and I need to get it to the station for repairs." Amara nodded and with a strength that surprised even herself, helped the old man push the car the rest of the way to the station. Once there, she fetched a bottle of water for him and called the village mechanic to come and take a look at the car. "Thank you, young lady. You are very kind," the old man said, sipping the water. "It's no problem at all," Amara replied with a smile. "We should always help those in need." The mechanic arrived shortly after and began inspecting the car. While they waited, Amara chatted with the old man and learned that his name was Babatunde. He had traveled from a distant village to visit his grandchildren but had run into trouble along the way. "I was so worried I wouldn't make it," Babatunde confessed. "But thanks to you, I still have hope." As the mechanic walked on the car, Amara's boss, Mr. Namdi, stepped out of the office. He saw Amara talking to Babatunde and frowned. "Amara, what are you doing there?" Mr. Namdi asked, his tone stern. "I'm helping this man, Mr. Namdi. His car broke down and he needs assistance," Amara explained. Mr. Namdi shook his head. "We don't have time for charity cases, Amara. We have a business to run. Go back to your duties." Amara was taken aback by Mr. Namdi's harsh words, but nodded and returned to cleaning the windows. She couldn't help but feel a pang of guilt for helping Babatunde when her boss clearly disapproved. However, she believed in doing the right thing even if it wasn't always easy. The mechanic eventually fixed Babatunde's car, and the old man thanked Amara once more before driving off. Amara watched him go, hoping he would reach his grandchildren safely. Days turned into weeks, and Amara continued to work diligently at the gas station. She never mentioned the incident with Babatunde to anyone, but she couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. Mr. Namdi had been acting strangely since that day, often watching her with a disapproving eye. And one day, as Amara was stocking the shelves, Mr. Namdi called her into his office. She walked in, her heart pounding with anxiety. "Amara, I've noticed that your work has been slipping lately," Mr. Namdi began, his voice cold and stern. Amara's eyes widened in surprise. "But Mr. Namdi, I've been doing my best. I always try to help the customers and keep the station clean." Mr. Namdi shook his head. "That's not enough. This is a business and we need to be efficient. Helping people like that old man is not part of your job description. I'm afraid I have to let you go. Amara felt like the ground had been pulled out from under her. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. You're firing me for helping someone in need? Yes, Amara. Your heart may be in the right place, but it's not good for business. You are no longer needed here. Mr. Namdi said, his tone final. Tears welled up in Amara's eyes as she left the office. She gathered her belongings, said goodbyes to her co-workers, and walked home in a daze. Her mind was racing with thoughts of how she would explain this to her mother and what they would do without her income. When Amara arrived home, her mother saw the distress on her face and immediately knew something was wrong. Amara, what happened? She asked, pulling her daughter into a comforting embrace. I was fired, Mama. Amara sobbed. Mr. Namdi said I was helping too much and not focusing on my duties. Her mother hugged her tightly, her heart aching for her daughter. Oh, my dear Amara, you have such a good heart. I'm sure something good will come from this. We will get through it together. Amara spent the next few days searching for new work but found nothing. The village was small and opportunities were scarce. She began to lose hope, wondering if she had made a mistake by helping Babatunde. One evening, as the sun was setting, there was a knock on the door. Amara's mother answered it, and to their surprise, there stood Babatunde, looking much healthier and happier than the last time they saw him. Babatunde, what are you doing here? Amara exclaimed, rushing to greet him. I came to find you, Amara. I have something important to tell you. Babatunde said, his eyes twinkling with excitement. They invited Babatunde inside and he explained that he had found his way to his grandchildren's village safely, thanks to Amara's help. He had shared the story of her kindness with his family and friends, and they had been deeply moved. You see, Amara, I come from a village where we believe in the power of gratitude and paying it forward. Babatunde explained. When my family heard what you did for me, they wanted to help you in return. Amara and her mother listened intently, curious about what Babatunde had to say next. My son owns a large farm just outside the village. Babatunde continued. He is always in need of hardworking, honest people to help him manage it. I spoke to him about you and he would like to offer you a job. It's good work and it comes with a place to live for you and your family. Amara's eyes filled with tears of gratitude. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. Really? Oh, Babatunde, thank you so much. This means the world to us. Babatunde smiled warmly. You helped me when I was in need, Amara. It's only right that we help you in return. The following week, Amara, her mother, and her younger brother moved to Babatunde's son's farm. They were welcomed with open arms and quickly settled into their new home. Amara worked hard on the farm, tending to the crops and animals with the same dedication and kindness she had shown at the gas station. The farm prospered under her care and her family flourished. Amara's mother found peace in their new home and her younger brother thrived on the open fields and fresh air. Amara herself felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that her act of kindness had brought them to this place. One day, as Amara was working in the fields, she noticed a familiar face approaching. It was Mr. Namdi, looking weary and regretful. Amara, may I speak with you? He asked, his voice humbled. Amara nodded, curious about what he had to say. I heard about what happened after you left the gas station, Mr. Namdi began. I realize now that I made a mistake. You were always a dedicated worker, and your kindness was an asset, not a hindrance. I am truly sorry for how I treated you. Amara listened, her heart softening. Thank you, Mr. Namdi. I appreciate your apology. Mr. Namdi sighed. I have been struggling to find someone with your dedication and spirit. The gas station isn't the same without you. If you are willing, I would like to offer you your job back with better pay and conditions. Amara thought for a moment. She appreciated Mr. Namdi's offer, but her life had changed so much since then. She had found a new home and purpose on the farm, and she didn't want to leave that behind. Thank you, Mr. Namdi, but I am happy where I am now, Amara said gently. I have found a place where my kindness is valued and I am making a difference here. Mr. Namdi nodded, understanding her decision. I respect that, Amara. I wish you all the best. As Mr. Namdi left, Amara felt a sense of closure. She had learned that sometimes doing the right thing might not be easy, but it always leads to something better. Her acts of kindness had brought her and her family to a place where they could thrive.